Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo yoga class. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. This is our full moon in Virgo on March 18th. I'm very excited. My 30th birthday is actually March 16th. I'm excited for this full moon. It's Pisces season, and then again, the full moon is in Virgo. Just a few kind of housekeeping announcements and such. If you're new here, like I said, welcome. I teach all my classes in the most accessible way possible for all bodies, for all levels. Have props with you. We will be using blocks in this class. So you can use blocks or books, the shape and size. Any props that you need for you in your practice, remember to make your practice your own, and everything I say is an option, not an order. Number two, I do have a membership here on YouTube. If you'd like to do live yoga classes with me, if you'd like a 30-day beginner-friendly, all-level friendly, all bodies friendly yoga challenge, that is in my membership. It's only $9.99 a month. You can hit join next to the subscribe button either on the video or on my YouTube page. It only shows up on desktop for some reason, not on mobile. I don't know why. I will also put the link in the description box below. If you need to access it on mobile, you can click a direct link. Also for my birthday, I'm doing a half off sale on all my courses. I'll put a link for that in the description box as well. So if you'd like to support a small business, aka myself, a woman-owned business, those are a few ways you can do that, and I appreciate every single one of you. The membership has been amazing. We have an awesome Discord community. We've been killing the yoga challenge. We're going to be doing actually a live full moon workshop for this full moon, and I'm going to be in a ghost town in the middle of the desert. It's going to be awesome. But you can definitely join us there anytime. I would love to see you there, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I'm grateful for you if you're even watching this video, if you just consume my free content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that's all the announcements I have. So, full moon in Virgo, what's it about? It is about releasing perfection. If you know a Virgo, you know the tendencies of a Virgo is structure, rigidity, perfection. And Pisces season is the last zodiac season of the astrological wheel. So Pisces is the oldest. We are, the most wise, the oldest sign, and the last stop in the astrological wheel or the astrological year. So this is wrapping up the past year. So imagine where you were last March. This is where we're wrapping this up, is under this full moon. Aries is going to be the beginning of the astrological new year, and Pisces season is wrapping it up. So this full moon is kind of the the main event before we go into the equinox, so the spring equinox or Astra, which I also have a yoga class for. I'll put it in the description box. But we need to release. Full moons are about releasing. What are we releasing? Perfectionism, negative self-talk, critical self-talk, that idea that everything has to be perfect and traditional and rigid and structured. You need to let it go because you're holding on to these structures that no longer serve you, this idea of perfectionism that doesn't exist, and that's what's keeping you from moving forward on your goals. So we need to release it. Tarot, Virgo rules the Hermit. I also have a tarot reading for this Virgo full moon. Virgo rules the Hermit, and the Hermit is traditionally this dude, like an old wise looking dude with a lantern. He's kind of shining it. You need to it's about taking this lantern and going inward and shining that light on the things that you need to kind of work through, really getting to know yourself again, kind of realizing what we need to let go of. In my favorite tarot deck, the Hermit is represented as like a bear hibernating. It's time to go inward, take a second for some self-reflection, hibernate a little bit, and figure out what you need, this perfection, this negative self-talk, shine that light on it and be like, hey, get out of here, okay? In the body, Virgo rules the digestive tract. So we are going to be working on that by doing lots of twists today. We're going to be working on the solar plexus chakra, while Virgo also does rule the throat chakra. We're focusing on the solar plexus chakra, as Virgo again rules that kind of all those things in this little area in our abdomen. So we're going to be doing lots of twists now. When I do kind of, not a warning, but kind of little warning, when we do twist, it kind of gets stuff moving. So if you need to run to the bathroom, it happens. It's okay. I've had people toot in yoga classes. It's fine. It just kind of gets stuff moving. We're going to be doing a lot of really intense twisting. So just know that that's totally normal. What else do I have written down here? Yeah, let go of critical self-thinking and negative self-talk and that need for perfectionism. In the tarot reading, I just filmed it. What came up was like the Hierophant and the Emperor, and this like really these traditions and this like hyper fixation on the perfection and the traditions that you were raised with. Maybe your parents told you your life should look a certain way, the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, capitalism, yay. That's not serving us anymore. We need to move past that. You need to release that idea of tradition and perfectionism and find your own tradition and go at your own pace and release that perfectionism and just take that leap into your dreams, even if it's not perfect. So that's the vibes for this Virgo full moon. We're going to get started seated. So again, have whatever props you need by you, have your blocks by you. We're gonna get started seated, so easy seated pose. It means something different for everybody. I'm gonna sit with my legs crossed. You can sit with your legs extended. You can sit on a pillow. You can sit on a block. Anywhere that you feel comfortable, you can sit. That is your easy seated pose. Remember to make it your own practice, your yoga practice. Choose your own adventure. All right, so find that comfortable seated pose. And once you're there, we're going to put our palms on our legs. If you're seated with cross-legged on your knees, we're going to put them palms facing down for that grounding energy. If Virgo is an earth sign, we need that grounding energy. So putting palms facing down. You can close your eyes here if it feels good. And I just want you to start to bring your awareness to this moment, to your mat, to this space, to your body, and most importantly, to your breath. Our breath, our prana, our pranayama, this is how we bring ourselves to this moment, using your breath as a tool to just bring yourself to right here, right now. So just noticing your breath as it goes in and out, not changing anything about it. As you inhale, maybe you feel the shoulders rise, the chest expand, the belly expand, take up space. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release. Maybe notice all parts of you that you can feel on the mat right now, your sit bones, your legs, your palms facing down. Feel that grounding energy. Ground yourself in this moment. And continue to deepen and lengthen these inhales and exhales. And as we breathe here, I want you to take inventory. I want you to check in. Notice tensions, blockages, constraints in the mind, the body, the soul. Specifically, that negative self-talk, that need for perfection, that voice that's telling you, well, it's not perfect, so it doesn't count, or it's not perfect, so that means it's wrong. Identify that voice and start to let it go. Practice non-judgment, non-attachment. We are, after all, only human. So you don't need to judge yourself for having this voice because we all have it. But I want you to identify it and let it go. How do we let it go? You may ask. We use our breath as a tool. So I want you to take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up the chest, filling up the belly, taking up space. And open mouth, exhale. Big inhale in, really filling up, filling up. Open mouth, exhale. Release. Last one, I want you to fill up as big as possible. Take up space, no sucking in here. And open mouth, exhale. You can let your breath return back to normal. Just still focusing on it. Remember your breath. If you start to find yourself getting caught up in thoughts, just bring it back to your breath. We'll start to gently invite in some movement here. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. I want you to inhale, lengthen those arms up, really reach. Exhale, you're going to bring the right arm down. Left arm is going to go over, so we're taking a side bend here. So your left arm's extending over, pressing right palm into the mat, or you can even come down to your forearm, pressing your left hip down. Chest is open to the ceiling. We're breathing into this left side body. Creating space, expanding that left side body. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, left hand comes down, right arm comes up and over. Again, pressing right hip down, keeping chest open to the ceiling. Breathe here into that right side body. Inhale, come to center, and exhale, release. Now we're going to take some twists here. I want you to inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right. You can bring that left hand to right knee, right hand content behind you, gazing over that right shoulder. I did just get a new full moon light, so she's hanging out there. Remembering to keep a tall spine here, so lengthening the spine on the inhale, maybe twisting on the exhale. Inhale, everything comes back to center. Exhale, twisting now to the left. So right hand can come to left knee. Left hand content behind you, maybe gazing over the left shoulder now. Again, lengthening on the inhale, twisting on the exhale. And inhale, everything comes back to center. Exhale, we release. Now gently, I want you to shift to a seat on your knees. Taking your time here, you can also put a pillow or blanket underneath your knees for some extra support. So we're gonna play around with gate pose here. A little side bend from the knees because we're prepping for half moon pose, which we'll be taking in our flow today. So you're coming to stand on your knees. We're going to start with the right side. So you're going to bring that right leg out to the side. Toes are pointing out to the side. You can stay up on the heel here. You can try to kind of point that foot down to the mat, or you can flex the foot just as long as that foot is active. Hips are facing forward. And again, if you need some support underneath that knee, put it there. So we're setting up here for our gate pose. I want you to inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, right arm comes down, left arm comes over. It doesn't have to go super far. I just want you to hang out here. Again, breathing into this left side body, keeping chest open. Try not to hyperextend this knee. You can always keep a micro bend if you need to. Inhale, gently come up, and exhale, just take a little counter stretch here. So side bend over to the left, right arm comes over. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, gently release. We'll take it to the other side. So again, set up if you need some support under that right knee. Extend that left leg out. Again, either pointing or flexing that foot. Hips are square to the front. I'm going to inhale my arms up and exhale, just gently take that side bend here. Keeping chest open to the ceiling. Breathing into this right side body. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, just a little counter stretch. So to bring that left arm up and over. And inhale, go ahead and come back to center. Exhale, we release. Now we're gently going to take it to a tabletop. So you're going to come to your hands and knees. As always, place that support under your knees if you need that extra support. Your shoulder, elbow, wrist are all stacked. Hips are stacked over the knees, and we're going to flow through a cat-cow here. So I want you to inhale, lift the chin, open the chest, arch the back. Exhale, round, drop chin to chest, dome out the shoulders. Inhale, open for this cow. Exhale, round for your cat. Now I want you to do 5 to 7 rounds on your own breath. Link your breath to your movement. And here, I really want you to release that need for perfection. What does that mean? I want you to take the movements that feel good. So maybe, we're not just going to stick with this traditional normal cat-cow. We're going to kind of flow. We're going to shake it out from side to side. We're going to take some full body circles, release some of that rigidity, and make this practice your own. Do what feels good for you and your body. Go ahead and finish up this last round and gently come back to center. Now we're going to take a variation of a side plank here. Again, just prepping our core, just prepping us for our half moon pose. So I'm going to start on the left side just to demo here. I'm going to kick my left leg out to the side like it's a little kickstand. So from the knee, kicking that left foot out. I'm going to shift all of my weight over to my left side. My right leg is going to extend out. I'm going to reach my right arm up. Now you can take a full side plank here if you'd like, or you can hang out here with me. Option here, maybe you lift that back foot up off the mat, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that foot, release back to your table. Again, lifting the foot's just an option, you don't have to take it. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, kicking my right leg out to the side like it's a little kickstand, shifting my weight over, left leg extends, left arm extends, maybe lifting that back leg, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and gently release. Come on down for me. Now from our table, we're going to take a little calf stretch here. This is one of my favorite stretches, especially if you're a runner. This stretch is great. So from your table, I want you to extend this right leg back to the toes. Your heel is over the toes. You're on the ball of the foot. And you're just going to press that heel back, kind of rock forward and back here, and you're going to feel that calf open up. I have super tight calves, so this is like one of my favorite little variations to take in my table. Go ahead and release. We'll take it to the other side, so extend that left foot back again, come into the ball of the foot, and just pushing that heel back, kind of rocking forward and back. The more you push that heel back, the more you're going to feel it. All right, go ahead and gently release here. Now we are going to take some lunges here. I want you to grab a hold of your blocks, or you don't need them, but I like using my blocks, so I'm taking my blocks. Coming to stand on the knees again, put support under those knees. If you needed a pillow or a blanket. I'm going to step my right foot out into a lunge. So my knee is going over ankle, hands on blocks or hands on the mat on either side of that foot. And this is my low lunge. Option to stay here with the knee down, or option to tuck the toes and lift up to a runner's lunge. So you can stay low if you'd like, or you can come up here. Knee stays over ankle, chest stays lifted. And again, I just kind of want you to shift forward and back here. Don't forget your breath. Now we're going to take some twisted twists. First one, I want you to bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. On the block or on the mat, that right hand is on the inside of the right foot, and you're just going to open up this left arm here. The key here is you're going to try to keep your hips kind of square down to the mat, so you're only opening this upper body. Left arm is extending up. Might feel a little funky. I promise we're going to twist the other way too. Breathing here. Take a big inhale, exhale, release. Now we're going to twist the other way. So left hand is now coming to either the block or the mat on the inside of the right foot. And you're going to inhale that right arm up and open. Taking a twist in our lunge here. Maybe gazing up towards that right hand. Breathing here. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release. Both hands now on either side of that foot, either on the blocks or your mat. You can gently lower that back knee, and you're just slowly going to slide that right leg back. All right, my friends, we still have the other side. So again, standing on my knees, I'm going to step my left foot out now, coming to my lunge, my low lunge here. Left knee's over ankle, hands on either side of the foot, either on the blocks or the mat, chest lifted. Now again, stay right here or tuck those toes and lift that back knee up. Shift forward and back here in this lunge if it feels good. Now again, we're going to twist so that left hand comes to the inside of that left foot, either on the block or on the mat. We're going to inhale that right arm up and open, trying to keep the hips square down to the mat. Breathe here. Inhale, really lengthen. Exhale, drop the hand down. Now switch it out. Right hand comes down to that block or mat and the inside of the left foot. Inhale that left arm up and open, twisting here. Breathing here. Inhale, really reach and lengthen. Exhale, come on down for me. Again, squaring that foot with the hands. You can drop that knee and gently bring that left leg back. All right, we're going to take a wide-legged child's pose here. I want you to bring your knees as wide as the mat. Sink those hips down to your heels. They don't have to touch, just pressing the hips towards the heels. Extend those arms out and drop the chest down for me. Either forehead or chin on the mat. And I want you to bring your awareness to your breath. I want you to notice what's coming up. Are you already feeling that need for perfectionism? Are you already comparing yourself? Oh, my yoga doesn't look like hers. It doesn't look perfect. Guess what? It's not supposed to be perfect. It's called yoga practice, not yoga perfect, my friends. Your yoga is going to look a little different than mine. My yoga is going to look a little different than yours. Let go of this need for perfection. We're all going to take some releasing breaths here. Take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up. Open mouth, exhale. Big inhale in, really fill up, take up space. Open mouth, exhale. Last one, biggest inhale yet. Fill up, fill up. Fill up a little more. Open mouth, exhale. On your next inhale, gently rise to your tabletop. We're going to find a downward facing dog. I want you to tuck those toes. Inhale those hips up and back for me. Find your downward dog. Pressing palms deep into the mat. Trying to press those heels down to the mat. Of course, you don't have to touch, but just intentionally pressing them down. Driving that chest towards the thighs. Just find some movement here. Maybe bend into one knee, bend into the other. Maybe press one heel down, press the other down, shake the hips, shake the head. Making this downward dog your own. Gently come to stillness. Gaze to the top of your mat. Inhale, exhale. We're going to travel to a forward fold. So maybe you take some baby steps. Maybe take a big old step for me. Stepping into your forward fold, keeping the feet wide to honor and make space for your belly and thighs. Ragdolling here. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Gently swaying from side to side. When you're ready, coming to stillness, bringing hands to shins, press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, take your time. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment here in your Tadasana, mountain pose. You can keep those hands at your heart or bring the hands out to your side. Palms are facing forward. Take a second to lift up all 10 toes and then bring them back down to the mat, feeling this grounding energy here in your mountain. Taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. All right, my friends, we're gonna flow through some half sun salutes here. I want you to inhale, reach those arms up for me. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, really reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last one here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to standing. Exhale those hands to heart. All right, my friends, maybe we're feeling a little warm now, we're warmed up. We're going to start with some lunges, some warriors, and get ourselves up to our half moon pose. So I want you to make sure you have your blocks at the front of your mat, kind of where you're going to be able to reach them. As we flow here, I'm going to cue these poses from standing, but if you'd like to take them from a vinyasa, if that's in your practice, you're welcome to go there. But we're going to cue these from standing. So I'm going to have my hands on my hips. I'm going to bring my right foot to center, and I'm going to step my left foot back into a high crescent lunge. So I'm coming to the ball of the back foot. My right knee is bending over ankle. My hips are squared to the front of the mat. Back leg is as straight as you can get it. You can always keep a micro bend in that knee. Once I feel solid in my base, then I'm going to inhale my arms up. Letting our high crescent lunge here. Breathing here. Now I want you to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you're going to open arms and legs to a warrior 2. So I'm going from that closed hip to an open hip. My back foot is spinning flat. My right knee still stays over the ankle. My arms are extended. Gazing over my front fingertips. Take a second to make sure those shoulders aren't shrugged up to your ears. Press them down. Breathing here in this powerful warrior. Now I want you to inhale, straighten the front leg, and exhale here. We're setting up for our triangle pose. So both legs are straight. That front toes are pointed forward. Back toes are parallel with the short edge of the mat. Still arms are out. Now for our triangle, you're going to inhale, shift the torso forward. This hip kind of pops out to the back, not literally popping out, but you know, it kind of boop, pops out there. Exhale for your triangle. Now this is where that block can come in. You can place that right hand on the block on the inside of that right foot. Left arm extends out. Now you can always keep a micro bend in the knees. But I really want you to open that chest to the ceiling. Gaze up towards those top hands and breathe here in your triangle. Now inhale, use the core to rise. Exhale here. We're going to set up for a revolve triangle. So I'm going to give you a few different steps here. This is a twisted triangle. So it's a pretty intense twist, so we're going to kind of take it step by step here. So You're gonna inhale, your arms out. Exhale, this time instead of kind of shifting to the triangle, you're gonna shift and twist. So your left hand is gonna come down. You might need to shorten your stance for this. Left hand's gonna come down to the block. Now it can come down to the block on the inside of the right foot or on the outside of the right foot. That's gonna be more intense. Go where you feel right. I'm keeping mine on the inside. And I'm gonna inhale that right arm open. Now I might not be able to go very far, but this is a revolved triangle, a twisted triangle. Breathe here. Again, release that need for perfection and go where it feels good in your body. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release that right hand down. Inhale, use the core to rise. And exhale, we'll reverse our warrior. So that left hand goes down, the back leg, right arm comes up. Little counter stretch. Inhale here, and exhale, we're going to release standing at the top of our mat. All right, my friends, we're going to do that whole sequence now on the other side. So my left foot's going to come to center. My right foot's going to step back into that high crescent lunge. And I'm setting up my base here, feeling stable. And then I'm going to inhale my arms up with this high crescent. Left knee's over ankle, hips are square to the front of the mat. I'm going to inhale, reach. Exhale, open the hips and the arms to my warrior two. Left knee stays over ankle, back foot spins flat. Take a second to make sure those shoulders are pressed down from the ears. Now I'm going to inhale, straighten the leg, and set up for my triangle pose here. So take an exhale, and then we inhale, shift forward, that hip, boop, out to the side. Exhale, find that triangle. I don't know if you heard my hips pop on that one. That was intense. That's what happens when you get to 30. Everything cracks. That left hand can rest on the block or on your shin or hover. And gaze up towards that right hand, opening the chest. Inhale, we use the core to rise. Exhale here. Now we're going to set up for that revolve triangle. So we inhale here. Exhale, that right hand comes down. Again, you might need to shorten your stance a little to the block, either on the inside of that foot or the outside. You're going to try to reach that left arm up. Again, it's not going to look perfect. You might have to bend into the knees. It's going to feel a little funky, and that's okay. Inhale here, exhale, release that left hand down. Inhale, use the core to rise. And exhale, reverse that triangle. So reaching that right arm down, left arm up and over. Little counter stretch. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, release to the top of your mat. All right, my friends, now we're going to play around with our half moon. And maybe a little revolved half moon. We gotta get those twisted twists in here. All right. From standing at the top of our mat, right foot's gonna come to center. Left foot's gonna step back into our high crescent lunge. We're gonna set ourselves up for success here. And then inhale our arms up. Breathe here for a moment. Inhale, reach. Exhale, we open up to our warrior two. Hips and arms open. Now this is where we set up for our half moon pose. So your blocks are where you can reach them. You're going to start to shift forward here in this warrior two until you can hover this back leg. So you might need to hop it in a little bit. Hips are staying open as we come to our half moon. So I'm going to scoot back a little here so you can see me. Lifting this left leg. You can use your hand on a block here. Left hand on the hip. The foot is either pointed or flexed. I recommend flexing. and the hip is open to the side. If you start to close that hip, this becomes a warrior 3. Half moon, hip is open. Focus your gaze, your drishti on something that's not moving. And have fun here. Remember, the shake, the wobble is part of the practice. I'm not here for perfectionism. Release that need to be perfect. You can maybe hover that hand and allow yourself to fall. Allow yourself to have fun. Try it a few times. This is our playtime here. I want you to have fun with it. Having fun is kind of the opposite of the perfectionism, right? So try it a few times. You can always keep a micro bend in this front leg. You can play around with different variations here, like maybe grabbing this foot. I don't know if I'll be able to reach. Nope, not gonna happen today. It's okay. And that's the thing. Sometimes it works one day, sometimes it doesn't. But play around here. And then I offer you, if you feel pretty good in this half moon, again, this is just an option, you can play around with a revolved half moon. Again, if you're still messing around with the straight half moon, keep it there. But if you'd like to play around with revolved, you're going to really focus on your balance here and try to switch out these hands and revolve yourself. Again, it's gonna look a little wonky. It's a little funky. We're gonna play around with it. It doesn't have to look perfect. I just want you to have fun and play around here. This is a full moon. We need to release that urge of perfection. So take your time, have fun, fall, laugh, play around with it, use your props that you need. And whenever you're ready to release, you're just gonna swing on up to standing, and I want you to shake it out for me. All right. We'll take it to the other side. So I'm standing at the top of my mat, hands are on hips, left leg is coming center, right foot is stepping back into my high crescent, setting myself up with my strong base, and then inhaling my arms up. Breathing here for a moment. Inhale, reach, exhale, open up to that warrior 2. Take a moment here. Now I'm going to inhale, start to shift forward, and exhale, start to hover that back foot. Keeping the hips open, out to the side. Woo! Again, allow yourself to fall. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving. You can use your block here. You can hover the hand. Maybe gaze up towards that top hand if you're feeling daring. Maybe I can grab the foot on this side. Okay. Woo! This is just a variation. You don't have to go here. It's a little fun variation of half moon. Grabbing the foot. Again, I just want you to play around here. I want you to have fun with it. I want you to try these funky variations just for fun, not because you want to perfectly get it, but just because you want to experiment. You want to have a little fun. We want to go off the beaten path here. Now maybe you want to play around with that revolved half moon. That's just swapping out those hands. It's going to feel a little funky. You might fall, and it's okay. Take your time. Play around here. We're trying to go off the path, right? The perfectionism is that like really perfect straight path. And maybe there's like this little path over here that kind of looks a little scary and a little uneven. But that's where the fun is, okay? So, when you're done playing around, shake it out for me. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, really reach those arms. And exhale. I want you to just fold and release here. Just kind of like, whew, flop on over. Ragdoll it here for me. Sway from side to side. And release. I hope you had some fun. I hope you were able to kind of release that need for perfection. Gently come to stillness, hands to shins. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Just plant the hands and gently step back one foot and the other. And come to a seat for me. All right, take your time. We're gonna do some seated folds here. So first I want you to bring your feet bottoms together to touch, opening those knees, coming to a Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Little counter stretch for those hippie hips. Keeping a straight spine here. I don't care how deeply you fold, just that you feel it. And bring it back to your breath. And check in again here. What constraints, blockages, negative self-talk maybe came up? Maybe when you fell, you were like, oh man, I suck at this. Reframe. We talked about this in my yoga membership and in my coaching program, the growth mindset says, or the fixed mindset, right? The perfectionist mindset says, I can't do this. The growth mindset says, I can't do this yet, right? Or maybe I can do this, but in my own way. We want growth, friends. Inhale to rise, exhale, release, and bring those legs out for me for a wide-legged fold. They don't have to be super wide, just where it's comfortable. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, just fold for me. Hinging from the hips. And breathing here. Inhale, gently rise. Exhale, release. Bring those legs straight out in front of you. Now you can keep, I know my feet are super dirty. I was walking around outside. I apologize. You can bring those feet a little bit wider to honor and make space for your thighs and your belly. I want you to inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Just fold over the legs for me. Doesn't matter if you can touch your toes. You can always keep a micro bend at the knees. Just release here. Perfectionism absolutely does not exist, my friends. Perfectionism is a myth that we have been taught, and it does not exist, so release it. You don't need it. Would you rather be happy or perfect? I'd rather be happy. And go ahead and inhale on up for me. Now, we're going to do a little something different. Usually we end class in a Savasana on our backs, but we're actually going to end this class in a child's pose Savasana. So, I want you to set yourself up in your Savasana or your child's pose as you feel comfortable. So like, I know child's pose, a lot of people kind of hate child's pose. Set yourself on a pillow. Grab some pillows, stack the pillows, lay on the pillows. If you'd like to take a traditional Shavasana, go ahead. You can take a prone Savasana where you're just kind of laying on your stomach, maybe laying on a pillow. Just doing this a little bit something different, kind of tapping into the grounding energy. Virgo is an earth sign, and full moons tend to make us feel pretty ungrounded, so I want to get us grounded. So if you're joining me in a child's pose, my knees are as wide as the mat. You can place a pillow down there or a bolster, sinking my hips to my heels. I'm going to walk my hands out and just really sink deep here. Maybe lift up all 10 fingers and release them one at a time back down into the mat. With every exhale, I want you to sink deeper into the mat and feel this grounding energy. I'm going to leave you here in your child's pose, and I encourage you to stay for at least 5 breaths and just really focus on that release of the perfectionism, the release of the negative self-talk. Maybe I'll see you in my membership. Maybe I'll see you in the tarot reading or in one of my courses. I hope you have a lovely, wonderful full moon.
and I will see you all next time.